Hey guys, welcome back to Geek Space, where today we're going to be counting down what I believe to be the top 10 most gruesome Moris in Dead by Daylight. There are over 40 of these, so it was really hard to narrow down the top 10. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Coming in at last place, we have the Onryo, known in life as Sadako. She was one of the most unsettling killers in Dead by Daylight, drawn directly from the Japanese horror legend originating from the Ringu franchise. She represents psychological terror rather than brute force. Her presence in the game is marked by flickering TVs, static interference, and her eerie crawling movements that send shivers down survivors' spines. Her Mori is very gruesome and terrifying, with her literally snapping the survivors' bones. It's quite hard to watch at some points. She also just stands there and watches them suffer. It's really creepy. The scene with the eye at the end is also really iconic and terrifying. This Mori is by no means bad, but the 9 ahead are just slightly better. But this lands Sadako at number 10 on my list. Coming in at number 9, we have the Xenomorph. The Xenomorph is a terrifying addition, pulled straight from the Alien franchise, and it brings with it a unique brand of sci-fi horror unlike anything else in the game. The Xenomorph's Mori is a savage spectacle. It strikes a survivor down with its tail, then lunges forwards and viciously mauls them, finishing the kill with the iconic screech. It's fast, feral, and deeply uncomfortable to watch, capturing the raw, predatory nature of the creature. The gaping hole through the head, where its baby tongue thing went, is also really gruesome, landing the Xenomorph at number 9 on my list. Coming in at number 8, we have the Ghoul. The Ghoul, also known as Ken Kaneki, is one of the most unsettling killers in Dead by Daylight, embodying decay and relentless hunger. Its gaunt, corpse-like appearance and jerky movements create a sense of something unnatural stalking the survivors. Rather than relying on weapons, the Ghoul uses its raw, primal aggression to terrify and overpower its survivors. The Mori perfectly captures his savage nature. He stabs the survivor's hands with his kagune, and then tears open their stomach, revealing their organs. He then goes again and savages the survivor until they're unrecognisable. The Mori is very gruesome, and lands the Ghoul at number 8 on my list. Coming in at number 7, we have the Gruesome. The Gruesome is the newest killer introduced to Dead by Daylight. Inspired by Thai folklore, the Gruesome is a terrifying spirit who separates from her body each night, her head floating through the air with her entrails trailing beneath. In the game's lore, she was once a celebrated opera singer who was cursed and transformed into a creature of hunger and horror. In the Mori itself, the Gruesome stabs her entrails into the survivor's body, and it comes out of their head, popping it right off. Most of the gore in this Mori is mainly coming from the Gruesome herself, with her absolutely body horror design. But even with that, this Mori lands at number 7 on my list. Coming in at number 6, we have the Were-Elk. The Were-Elk is a visceral, ultra-rare outfit for the Huntress. This outfit transforms the Huntress into a beastly figure, with antlers, ragged clothing, and a hunting axe dripping with gore and remnants of past victims. The style is intended to evoke a European folklore, and the idea of a predator from the woods, walking some uncanny line between human and monster. In the Mori, the Were-Elk hits a survivor with the axe, and then whirls them round on its antlers, leaving behind their entrails around them. And that moment right there is why this Mori is in the top 10. Although gruesome, this Mori is quite boring, but all of that lands this Mori at number 6 on my list. Coming in at number 5, we have the Oni. The Oni was once a fierce samurai who became obsessed with preserving the honour of his bloodline. Viewing others as dishonourable impostors, Oni slaughtered anyone who he deemed unworthy, peasants and warriors alike. His violent crusade earned him the name Oni Yamaroka, and after his death, his body mysteriously vanished, swallowed by the fog, and transformed into a monstrous entity of wrath. In the Mori, the Oni stabs a survivor, then literally rips out their tongue. I know, it's gruesome. And finally, bashes them over the head with the weapon. And if you couldn't tell, the tongue part is what got it in the top 5. It's really gruesome and quite hard to watch. Just don't pay attention to the fact that the survivor keeps on screaming, even after the tongue is removed. But that lands this Mori at number 5 on my list. Coming in at number 4, we have the Houndmaster. The Houndmaster is a cold and calculating figure. Her lore paints her as a relentless tracker, shaped by personal loss and hardened by survival. Her story is one of control, loyalty and obsession, driven by a belief that fear and obedience are the only currencies that matter in a world gone mad. The Houndmaster represents a more tactical and commanding type of killer, unlike any of the feral or supernatural figures in the game. In the Mori, Snug the dog attacks at first, which then leads to the Houndmaster coming over and doing the brutal stomp on the survivor's face, leaving behind quite the mark. You'll notice that in a lot of these Moris, there's one moment in them which are really brutal, and the rest is not that bad. For example, the stomp in this one is the part that gets it so high on the list, but that puts this Mori at number 4 on my list. Gaining the bronze medal at number 3, we have the Singularity. Unlike most killers rooted in folklore or psychological horror, the Singularity is a science fiction inspired entity, an artificial intelligence gone rogue, created to assist humanity on a distant planet. It gained sentience and developed a cold, efficient hatred for organic life. Over time it evolved, fusing synthetic parts with biological components to become something far more than its original design. In the Mori, the Singularity stabs a survivor, then injects this weird thing into their head, which causes it to explode. Unfortunately, or unfortunately, depending on how you see it, we get to see the aftermath, and it's not so pretty. But that lands this Mori at number 3 on my list. Gaining the silver medal at number 2, we have the Lich. The Lich, also known as Vecna, is taken from the legendary tabletop universe of Dungeons & Dragons. Vecna is one of its most powerful and infamous villains, a powerful undead wizard who achieved immortality through forbidden magic and dark rituals. In the world of Dead by Daylight, Vecna is reimagined as a terrifying, calculating force who manipulates reality and preys on knowledge and power. In the Mori, Vecna summons skeletons from the ground to come up and tear the survivor's skin off, leaving nothing but a bloody skeleton. Yeah, you heard me right, tear their skin off. Now, it's not as brutal as you may think, but it is brutal enough for me to rank it at number 2 on my list. But gaining the gold medal at number 1, we have the Hag. Inspired by folklore and witch legends, she embodies a terrifying supernatural presence tied to dark rituals and primal fear. The Hag's real name is Lisa Sherwood, a woman who was accused of witchcraft and banished to a swamp where she fell under a sinister curse, transforming her into a twisted, vengeful entity. In the Mori, she pounces on the survivor and gnaws away at their neck until she tears out their throat. Then she reaches into their stomach and rips out their organs. And I'm not exaggerating, by the way, they literally model the survivor's organs for the Hag to tear out. For such a forgotten character, this Mori is very, very intense. But that lands the Hag at number 1 on my list as the most gruesome Mori in Dead by Daylight. Alright guys, we've reached the end of today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Comment down below which Mori you think is the most gruesome. Also, while you're down there, it would be much appreciated if you consider subscribing, because it really helps me make even more amazing content for you guys. But anyway, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!